here, but I'm gonna make this part of the live show today, man. I'm gonna open up the panel today to a few brothers. Obviously the regulars, they open to come on or whatever. So I'm gonna hit this grocery store, probably take a nap for a minute. Had a long night, but I'm gonna talk about this. But hey, make sure you pay attention to the live if everything goes well. What is the date? December 20, June 23rd. So let me tell you this. So, and I kind of spoke on this in the TO video, but then I got back on code. Damn, this traffic is bananas, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, we stopping every 5 seconds, bro. But nonetheless, man. See, people saying, well, he had low Ostarine levels and he had an inconclusive non-draw 19 test, and that means he exonerated. He popped out for another test, and people say, well, like T.O. said, it was a low doses of Ostarine. Look here, bro. If that was you, you'd be saying the same thing, for one. Two, let's talk about how the body works, right? How this steroids and performance-enhancing drugs work. Like, I could take a certain herb, or I could take a certain steroid, a certain supplement, but just because I stopped taking it, right, it does not mean that I still don't reap the benefits of the drug, whatever I'm taking. Like, okay, let's say I take, I'm trying to get off something, CMOS for a month, and I stopped taking it for 2 weeks. Well, that CMOS then built up your system for a month. For it to clear your system, I don't know the properties or how long it takes to clear the system. But for it to clear your system, probably take quite some time to clear your system. You still gonna benefit from the CMOS. Just because I took it from the 1st through the 31st, and I stopped taking it on the 1st of the next month. Oh, don't mean it won't be in my system. I stopped taking it to the 14th. Don't mean I'm not still reaping the benefits. It's in the system, right? So with steroids, you can take a steroid or performance enhancing drug. How they become undetectable, and this is why they cheat in sports, it's not the point that, well, they're not testing for this drug. Testing has got so complex where they will save samples, and when they find new drugs, they will retest samples to see if you took a new drug that they now can detect. So it's not per se about that. It's about how to cheat and not get caught. So they give you a steroid. A lot of times they give you something. They say, if you get caught, say it was this nasal spray like Billy Joe Saunders, right? Or if you get caught, or how you not get caught is, okay, you take this, but then you flush it out with this IV. Or it's like trying to beat a weed test. That's a great example. They got all this toxin flush to beat a weed test, right? You take and now they doing hair, and they got hair, I don't know about the shampoo, but you take a drink, and you take it, and it clears the system or whatever, and you pass the drug test, right? That's what it's supposed to do. Niacin was a trick back in the day that people said that man worked, whatever. All right, I forget what B would be. Is that B3? I don't remember. So it's kind of like that. Okay, I take it. Before they test me, they might test me today. Let me flush it with an IV. Let me flush it with a diuretic. Let me flush it with this weed. Let me flush it with this substance, right? You know what I'm saying? Let me flush it. You said, well, it's out the system. He can't benefit from it. Oh, yes, you can. You still benefit from it. Now, after a while, the body's going to look for it and depend on it, and that's when your system go down. That's when injuries and shit start happening. And I'm a little bit tired, but that takes quite some time. So once you take something and they say, well, we found low levels, all that pretty much mean, long story short, is that he didn't mask it, or he didn't flush it or cycle off of it the right way. Now, I believe in another video I talked about cycling off of stuff. So, okay, you should cycle off of creatine. Now, depending on what you're talking about, I'm just telling you this. I took creatine took it once, 2010, 9-ish, right? That's over 10 years. But I can tell you, let's just say, hypothetically, you got a week that you're going to load up on creatine. You're going to load a loading week. You load up and then you take it for three weeks, 4 weeks in a hole. Really, the way you loading up is really 4 or 5. But if you don't understand what I'm saying, loading up on creatine, you take all these extra high doses the first week to load up, and then you just take it as it goes. So you probably do creatine. You probably could do 4 weeks on, 1 or 2 weeks off. That's the cycle. 4 weeks taking it, 1 or 2 weeks not taking it before you can take it again. That helps your system to have a balance. Sometimes your body will depend on something so much because you're using it and you keep using it. Now it doesn't have an effect because it's used to it being there. So you cycle off so you can say, okay, I don't need it. I take it again. Now I have full effect. With performance enhancing drugs, same thing, damn near the same thing. Just as I stopped taking creatine for a week or two, it doesn't mean I'm gonna get small. Oh, my gang's gonna go. No, the body doesn't work that way. You know, so all that means when they find them low dosage in there, the low dosage or the low stuff that was left, all that truly means, man, is that he didn't cycle it or flush it all the way out. He didn't cycle off properly. And when you talk about cycling off and flushing stuff off, you have to do it to the T. Like Tina Marie, you got to do it to the T. If you make any mistake, you do something wrong, you don't use enough, you know, or you maybe in some situations you use too much, I don't know, you will get caught. So it's a science to it. Well, I'm undetectable from this test now. You know, but I'm reaping all the benefits. Now I get to reap all the benefits. So just because people say, oh, it wasn't enough in the snow, that just means he didn't get it all. He didn't cycle off of it all the way where he won't be detectable. He has the full benefit of the drug still. So he's going to benefit from the drug. It's just that the test is not going to pick up on that. All the the urine is telling you is that, guess what? He's good. He didn't test hot. He's good. So it's still ways to beat these tests. You know? It's still a way to clear the test and still benefit from the steroids or the performance enhancing drug. So you think he buy the testing and he know that he getting drug tested, that he gonna take Ostarine and not have a way to get it out of his system? Dude, I guarantee you, in my opinion, if they really look deep into the other drug tests he had, Ostarine, he cheated for that too. He cheated for that too. He made the mistake of not being able to say, and maybe had he only took one of the drugs, he probably would have been undetectable. He probably would have flushed it all out. That's all it means. So just because, you know, they couldn't find nothing in the system, or enough in the system, so that ain't enough to do nothing. Yes, it is. It's enough because it's enough because he's reaping the benefits. So it's a lot of guys that's out here that's doing VITA testing and they taking these drugs and they still cheat. VITA 365 only tests you once a year. So the WC drug testing program, once or twice a year they test you. In a way, they kissing Ryan ass. They probably told Ryan when they was coming to test. They probably told Ryan when they was coming to test. So yeah, so when people say, oh, it's just a low doses, all that means is he didn't cycle or get it out the system faster. And another thing that raises the alarm too with that, you know, and he offered this situation about taking an IV. What you taking an IV for? You ain't dehydrated, my nigga. You came in 3 pounds over the weight. So you didn't come in dehydrated. Why were you taking an IV? And I show proof on the live. IV allows you to flush that shit out your system. It also enhances performance in drug, enhances athletes in performance. And it also helps people to rehydrate. So even somebody said, well, I'm dehydrated, I just need a medical exemption from the commission and the other fighters to get an IV. I would say, fuck no. That's your problem. I would not clear a fighter getting an IV. Don't care. I wouldn't clear it. I wouldn't clear it. Not before the fight. And that's just what it is. See, people are so misinformed because they don't understand how people work. And the people who have the bigger platforms, and they reach the most people, they think they know what they talking about. No matter how much clickbait, how much lie. Like I said before, that coke sniffing Garfield the cat. Do y'all think he got a lick of athletic bone in his body? Do you think he had touched the weight? Do you think he know anything about boxing? I would put the gloves on and beat the fuck out of that nigga with one hand. I don't need to use the other hand. You think he could do anything athletic? Tell the bitch to jump rope. Tell the bitch to jump rope. Tell the bitch to jump rope. Now I want y'all to see something. Tell him to get down there and do 50 straight push-ups. Shit, 20. You test him, you gonna find cocaine in his system. On my mama. On my ooh. Come on. And lazy eye boy with the shades on, he got a personal beef with Bill. That's between them niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know, they always beefing with niggas. That's what I would say. You know how quick we are to beef with each other? We quick to beef with each other. These old women in BBLs has got to stop. We got to stop this. This is an epidemic. This is a pandemic. But yeah, man, like I said before, man. But we got people who don't know. If I didn't know it, hey, I'm going to research it, ask some people. But I know it. I know it. I know this game like the back of my hand. But y'all say, oh, it was just low. Nah, he just didn't get it out of his ass soon enough. You know, if he helped them to get... And like I said before, a lot of times the main thing about steroids is allow you to work harder, longer, and recover faster without injury. There you go. That's usually what it's for. Yes, some of them promote muscle growth. Yes, some of them give you more conditioning, more stamina. And a lot of them do that. They give you more oxygen to the muscle, better blood flow throughout the body equal better conditioning. Better conditioning. If I can get more muscle, more blood to the muscle, that's the game. The recovery part, which I don't know, when you work out and you lift and you train, you're destroying the muscle. Okay? Let me give y'all some game real before I go in the grocery store. You're destroying the muscle. Now you say, well, what does that mean, CJ? When you work out, you lift, you run, whatever, you're tearing that muscle down. So what you do after the workout is just as important as what you do during the workout. Okay, CJ, what does that mean? Once you that's why I tell you protein shakes, glutamine, post recovery drugs and all that. Because now your body goes into repair mode. It goes into repair mode. So now once you tear it down, now it's like, okay, we done working out, we drunk some water. What are we going to put in our body to repair the muscle so it can come back bigger, stronger, and better? This is why you can't work the same muscle every day in the gym and you won't get stronger. So so when you talk about steroids or some performance enhancing drugs, like it's like Piccolo's arm. When Piccolo's arm get cut off, it grow back bigger, stronger, better, right? Same thing. When you tear the muscle down, you want to go back bigger, stronger, better. Steroids curves that. Where now a lot of steroids say, well, I put it in my system. It sped up the recovery process. I can work out without injuring my arms or my chest or my legs. You know what? Instead of doing chest once a week or legs once a week, I could do it 2-3 times a week and get stronger, stronger, stronger and be more conditioned without the threat of injury. I'll recover faster, right? I'm not at risk for injury for real. My muscle recovered fast. It's stronger, it's better. I can continue to work this muscle. I continue to run without runner's shin, without an Achilles injury, without a knee injury. My hams don't feel tight. I feel just as fresh as I did on Monday, on Friday. A lot of roids is just special bodybuilders. It comes down to I can work longer, stronger, harder every day and without getting injured and without the soreness and the pain. And without the soreness and the pain and the knick-knack injuries lifting, dude, you can look like Arnold Schwarzenegger like that. So, And I broke it down. I'm gonna break it down tonight or this evening. So yeah, I want y'all to be informed about this stuff. You know? So, hey, it is what it is, man. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Check out the Patreon, all in the link tree. Peace.